True self-discipline is not born from comfort, but from a clear purpose, daily consistency, and the courage to master your own mind. By choosing the hard road and embracing responsibility, you unlock the ultimate power to shape your own destiny. Introduction: The Emperor's Secret. Imagine standing at the absolute peak of the world. You are the Emperor of Rome. Millions of people bow to your name. Untold wealth, absolute power, and every pleasure imaginable are yours for the taking. No one can tell you no. Under such weight, most rulers break. They surrender to greed, laziness, and arrogance. But one man did not. His name was Marcus Aurelius. Ruling from 161 to 180 AD. He was the last of the legendary 5 good emperors. Yet, in the dead of night, huddled in military tents while fighting brutal wars on the frozen borders of the empire, Marcus did something remarkable. He did not write laws to praise himself. Instead, he wrote a private diary. He wrote to himself, for himself, to keep his mind strong. Today, we call this book Meditations. It is one of the greatest guides to self-discipline ever written. If you want to master your mind, conquer laziness, and build unbreakable discipline, you do not need modern hacks. You need the ancient wisdom of the emperor. Here are his 10 essential lessons, broken down step by step. Chapter 1. Find your true purpose. I have to go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for? Or is this what I was created for? To huddle under the blankets and stay warm? Picture the scene. The morning sun is just starting to rise. It is freezing cold outside. Inside the imperial tent, Marcus Aurelius is warm beneath his heavy blankets. He is exhausted. He does not want to get up. Does this sound familiar? We all face this exact battle with the snooze button. But Marcus did not let himself slide into laziness. He reminded himself of a simple truth: discipline starts with purpose. Marcus believed that every creature on earth has a job to do. The birds fly, the ants build, the spiders spin their webs. They all work to keep the world moving. So, why should a human being be any different? Were you born just to stay warm under a blanket? When you have a deep, clear purpose, getting out of bed becomes easy. Think about a time you had a flat tire on your car. Your purpose was crystal clear: change the tire and get moving. You didn't lie down and complain about being tired. You just did it because it had to be done. The biggest secret to self-discipline is having a strong reason to act. If you don't know what your purpose is yet, do not wait for inspiration to hit you. Just start doing. If you want to write every single day. If you want to paint, grab a brush and create. Do not waste time researching or waiting for the perfect moment. Dive into what interests you, and let that daily action build your inner drive. Purpose is the fuel that pushes you forward when everything else tells you to stop. Chapter 2. Rely only on yourself. Turn your desire to stone. Quench your appetites. Keep your mind centered on itself. Once you have found your purpose, you need a plan. But a plan is useless without full, unshakable commitment. Marcus advises us to harden our minds against outside distractions and focus completely inward. True self-discipline is the ability to take action no matter what. It does not care if you are tired, sad, angry, or bored. It means doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Everything you want to achieve in this life depends entirely on this single ability. How do you build this? You start by breaking big goals down into tiny, manageable pieces. Do not just say, "I am going to write a book." Instead, give yourself a firm deadline and create mini milestones. Tell yourself, "I will write 2 pages every morning at 7 a.m. When you break a giant goal into small chunks of time, you place yourself firmly in the driver's seat. You take control. This prevents you from feeling overwhelmed. When you feel overwhelmed, procrastination creeps in. And when you procrastinate, your progress stops completely. Where things are standing still, discipline cannot live. Chapter 3. Show up every single day. You must build up your life action by action, and be content if each one achieves its goal as far as possible, and no one can keep you from this. Consider this shocking truth. Even with a perfect purpose and a brilliant plan, 95% of people still fail. Why? Because they do not show up consistently. Great things are not built overnight. They are built brick by brick, day after day. The simple act of showing up, even when you are performing poorly, builds incredible mental strength. When you force yourself to sit at your desk or go to the gym day after day, you are training your mind to endure the long, boring, and difficult journey that success requires. Self-discipline is just another word for the habit of consistency. You do the work over and over again until it becomes automatic, like breathing. And if you slip up? If you miss a workout or eat a bad meal, do not panic. Missing one day does not ruin who you are. Your strength is measured by how quickly you get back on track. A bad day does not have to become a bad week. A bad week does not have to become a bad year. The moment your eyes open tomorrow morning, remember, it is a brand new life. Focus entirely on the step right in front of you. Chapter 4. Choose the hard road on purpose. We should discipline ourselves in small things, and from there progress to things of greater value. If you have a headache, practice not cursing. I'm not saying that you can't complain, only don't complain with your whole being. How do athletes prepare for a major race? They train under difficult conditions. They run uphill, they lift heavy weights. They make practice harder than the actual game. The Stoics called this voluntary hardship. If you want to build ironclad discipline, you must routinely make your life uncomfortable on purpose. By testing yourself in small ways during peaceful times, you prepare your mind for the heavy storms of life. Voluntary hardship can be very simple. Skip a meal and tolerate being hungry for an evening. Take a freezing cold shower instead of a warm one. Leave your jacket at home on a chilly, rainy day. Put your smartphone in a drawer and lock it away for an entire weekend. When you practice going without comforts, you realize something beautiful. You are much stronger than you think. You learn that you can survive discomfort, and the fear of hardship loses its power over you. Chapter 5. Control what is inside you. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Nothing destroys self-discipline faster than getting upset by things you cannot control. You sit down to work on your big project, but suddenly you get an annoying email, or the weather turns bad, or someone says something rude to you. Instantly, your focus vanishes, and your day is ruined. Marcus Aurelius says this is a terrible way to live. He practiced what philosophers call the dichotomy of control. Whenever you feel stressed, distracted, or angry, pause and ask yourself these simple questions. Do you have a problem in your life? No. Then don't worry. Yes. Can you do something about it? Yes. Then don't worry. Take action. No. Then don't worry. Accept it. If a situation is completely outside of your control, getting angry about it changes absolutely nothing. Accept it, let it go, and keep your focus on your own actions. That is where your true power lies. Chapter 6. Never play the victim. Do your job without whining. Listen closely to the things people say when they fail. I was just born this way. My parents raised me poorly. The system is rigged against me. Everyone else is doing it too. These are not reasons, they are excuses. They are words used to justify staying lazy instead of fighting to become better. Marcus Aurelius tells us to banish the victim mentality completely. The moment you ask, why me, you surrender your mental toughness. The situation might not be your fault, but taking charge of your life is entirely your responsibility. It is incredibly easy to point fingers and blame others when things go wrong. It takes zero effort. But true leaders, those with real mental strength, step up and fix the problem, even if they didn't cause it. When you act like a victim, you give away your power. Without a sense of personal ownership, you can never make meaningful progress. Chapter 7. Wait for the best rewards. So you were born to feel nice? Instead of doing things and experiencing them? Don't you see the plants, the birds, the ants, going about their individual tasks? And you're not willing to do your job as a human being? We live in a world designed for instant gratification. If we are hungry, we get fast food. If we are bored, we pull out our phones for a quick hit of social media. We are constantly searching for things that make us feel nice right now. But Marcus asks a sharp question. Were you really born just to feel comfortable? True discipline requires delayed gratification, the rare ability to wait for what you truly want. Imagine walking into a party filled with delicious, sugary treats while you are trying to lose weight. If you give in and eat them, you enjoy a few minutes of pleasure. That is instant gratification. But if you choose the salad and carrot sticks instead, you unlock a much greater reward down the line. A healthier body, more energy, and the pride of fitting into your favorite clothes. Discipline means trading minor comfort right now for major achievement later. Chapter 8. Turn a deaf ear to the doubters. When another blames you or hates you, go to their souls, penetrate inside, and see what sort of people they are. You will realize that there is no need to be racked with anxiety that they should hold any particular opinion about you. The moment you stand up and say, I am going to change my life, build a business, or get in shape, a strange thing happens. People will start trying to pull you down. These are the naysayers. Sometimes they are strangers. Other times, they are friends or family members who love you but are terrified of change. Marcus Aurelius says that caring about the insults or opinions of critics is as foolish as getting angry at the weather. It is a complete waste of your mental energy. If you look closely at the souls of the people who criticize you, you will often find that they are deeply unhappy, insecure, or lazy themselves. Never let an outsider disrupt your peace of mind. Seek honest feedback from people you deeply respect, but if someone is just shouting negativity from the sidelines, ignore them completely and keep moving forward. Chapter 9. Walk with giants. It will even do to socialize with men of good character, in order to model your life on theirs, whether you choose someone living or someone from the past. You cannot build iron discipline entirely on your own. You need templates to follow. You need role models. Look around you. Who do you know who is already living the way you want to live? Who has mastered the habits you are trying to build? It could be a friend, a coworker, a family member, or even a historical figure like Marcus Aurelius himself. Once you find these people, study them. Ask them questions. How do you stay disciplined when you are exhausted? What routines do you follow every single day? How do you bounce back from failure? Use their life maps to guide your own journey. By surrounding yourself with excellent people, either in real life or through the books you read, you naturally raise your own standards. Chapter 10. Review your day with brutal honesty. These are the characteristics of the rational soul. Self-awareness, self-examination, and self-determination. It reaps its own harvest. It succeeds in its own purpose. At the end of every single day, the Roman Emperor sat down alone with his thoughts. He reviewed his actions with absolute, radical honesty. If you want to grow, you must look into the mirror every night and ask yourself 3 critical questions. What did I do well today? Where did I show self-control and strength? Where did I falter? Where did my discipline break, and why did it happen? How can I do better tomorrow? What concrete step can I take to improve? This evening review connects you directly with your mind. It keeps you sharp. But remember, do not use this time to beat yourself up or fall into despair. Be kind to yourself. Forgive your mistakes like a wise parent would. Studies show that forgiving yourself for your daily failures actually prevents you from procrastinating tomorrow. Celebrate your small wins, learn from your errors, express gratitude for the day, and close your eyes knowing you are ready to conquer tomorrow.